Hi, this is Steve Cook with Draper. We're here taking a look at one of Draper's new design tools. This is a great design tool called the Projection Screen Surface Selector Pro. This is to help designers doing AV projection systems figure out exactly what type of material will work best in their application. It will help them figure out whether they'll have enough brightness and whether they'll have a good amount of system contrast for that application. So if you go to the Draper website, which again is at www.draperinc.com, and go to the projection screen site, over on the left-hand side on the left pane, there is an area called Screen Selection Tools, and the Surface Selector Pro is down under that area. And when you click on that, designers, whether they're design consultants or designers at dealers, will basically come in initially the first time to a login screen where they'll have to type in their name, company, email address, and account number. Once they're at that site, they can bookmark it, and it will come into the Surface Selector Pro. And there we're using some of InfoComm's newest system contrast ratio standards, which there are 4 new standards that InfoComm has come up with. One for passive viewing, which is a minimum of 7:1 system contrast ratio. Basic decision making, which is a minimum of 15:1 system contrast ratio. Analytic decision making, 50:1, and full motion video, 80:1. And what you're basically doing is trying to set a target of minimum system contrast ratios so you can get an idea how good your blacks are going to be on the screen. And then from there we start asking for the basic questions that we need to calculate the proper amount of brightness in foot lamberts and the proper amount of minimum system contrast ratio. So we ask for how much light is on the screen in the first box, how much light is out in the audience eyes so that we have a bright enough system. Then from there we ask what the aspect ratio of the screen will be. And then after that you enter the projector that you're targeting, what its specified brightness level is. And in this case I'll put in a screen that is 6,000 lumens. And then in dark scenarios for applications that are like theaters and screening rooms, we also take into account the device contrast ratio of the projector, which won't make much of a difference in bright applications, but for dark performance applications, that is something that will make a very big difference. Then we need the projection throw distance, because that's the only way we'll be able to tell the designer whether they're getting close to a hotspot scenario. And then from there you put in how wide the image will be, or tall, or diagonal, and the calculator will calculate over on the left out what the image size will be once you've selected your aspect ratio and the image width. So I'm going to put in 128 inches wide. Once I do that, down here it will start to calculate out for all of Draper's materials what the foot lamberts are down in one column over here. FL means foot lamberts, so what your brightness will be off the screen in foot lamberts. And then right next to that, CR is system contrast ratio, so we can see after we factor in the room lighting what our system contrast ratio will be. And you can see how matte white screens do well for light levels up to about 5 foot candles, but as soon as you start to approach 7 foot candles, you'll see how the system contrast ratio drops below 15:1, and you have to start looking at gray materials, which will help a little bit in a little higher light applications because of the nature of having some black in the color gray. As soon as we get more brightness and we get to 9 foot candles, gray materials start to have trouble, and you really have to look for a material like Draper's high performance material, which is high performance is the name of it. The model number is XS850E, and that's part of our new naming scheme. And you can see over on the right where we're hitting 18:1 system contrast ratio, and if materials don't start lighting up green recommended, then it'll show you where your problem areas are. It will show in yellow where you're having problems, and it'll basically make recommendations where you have to make your changes. So this is a great tool for the designers to come in, crunch numbers, and try to add in the lighting scenario and figure out, what material will work best in their application. So again, you want to go to Draper's website at www.draperinc.com, go to the projection screen page, and pull up the Surface Selector Pro tool. Thanks a lot.